the kind of students that we see are academically quite able. Many of our students also get funded by the institutions. So for example, in the intake from April 2025 to March 2026, the students that we sent to study to various parts of the world altogether would have got at least 125 crores worth of scholarships from the various universities that they chose to study in. So to go back to your question, the aspirant profile that we serve as an organization, the profile comprises of students who are academically able, ambitious, are looking largely at STEM related subjects, mainly to do with data sciences, computer science, these kinds of areas, artificial intelligence, emerging fields, and health and allied sciences also feature a lot. Because I think students pretty much understand what the future looks like, and they will kind of pick and choose those subjects that will career proof them so that they can kind of enter into gainful employment, because our students are very much focused on return on investment. They are not, they are taking these huge decisions based on the ability to enter the labor force, either overseas or eventually when they come back to India, they want to be gainfully employed. That is the kind of
support and
yeah. So first is obviously we support the students in terms of shortlisting the right kind of institution based on their profile. Then we help them put together a very solid application package, because application package contains not just the application but also the supporting documents that they need to procure from the academic institutions that they have studied in. We offer language coaching services. So if they are preparing for English language examination, or they are looking to take French lessons or Japanese lessons or Korean lessons, etc., we have a means to support them with that. All of them are virtual classes, so a student sat anywhere in Tamil Nadu can kind of access that. Then we help the students by ensuring that we put them forward for relevant scholarships. We do have colleagues who work on the compilation of all the possible scholarships that students can apply for. And then finally, when it comes to kind of preparing them for the visa, student visa process increasingly has become very complicated for almost all countries. We have a very well-established central visa support service. They review the documents, help put together all the documents that the students need. We also offer a lot of ancillary services. We partner with education loan companies. We partner with insurance organizations who can kind of help insure the lives of students and so on. We work with accommodation services providers. So we plot every kind of service that the students will need in that journey, and we bring together best-in-class services to support the students as they progress in that.
Going to abroad, safety is the main concern.
Yes.
How measure the safety is great, and this institution is good for safety in terms of safety?
Yes,
section.
it's actually a very good question. Yeah. When we, so I am responsible, for example, for securing the right kind of academic institutional contracts for the organization. And it is very easy to go and get any kind of contract. That is not what we want. We want the contracts that if you look at the contract profile of us as an organization, we are one of the 3 agencies in the whole world to have University College London as our client institution. We work with top universities in every market that we represent, institutions globally. And we also go through a process to evaluate the credentials of the organization. I'll give you an example. Just 2-3 days ago, a medical institution, I will not name the geography, they approached us, wanting us to represent them. So the first step that I do is to get the institution researched in terms of their provenance, in terms of how long have they been established, what are their, are they accredited, And we figured out that the institution was only established in 2024. So their first medical graduates will only come out in 4 or 5 years' time, right? So there is no history. And my response was that, we have to wait. I do not want to, because at the end of the day, our organization is very aware that in many cases, students and parents, especially parents, they are spending their entire life's earnings sending their child somewhere to study. So we have a duty of care to ensure that the money is spent in the right kind of program. And I'm very happy for our counselors to tell a student that, probably this is not a good course for you. You shouldn't do it. Because we will have that on our conscience. If someone we send overseas, their life is kind of, not going in the right way because they picked the wrong course because we told them to.
Right? Any criteria you follow, this institution is our institution. You follow any instruction you have?
Yeah. So one of the key considerations when we onboard a client institution into our portfolio is to look at how long have they been established. Well, how many, what is it a comprehensive institution? Is it a specialist institution? Do they kind of, what is their employability track record if that data is published or available? Do they have the right set of programs and the kind of accreditation those programs have? These are all very important considerations.